Well, good evening. I'm coming to you live from the garage again tonight. Been a long, weird day. I wanted to say hello. Um, I'm kind of scrambling to figure out what it means that we're not going to be back in the building again and how that affects what we're doing here or whatever it is. I think we could spend a lot of time processing just that, like the strange, interesting, challenging time that we all, live in right now. I guess the thing that's the most important for me to say is that I'm disappointed and saddened by the fact that I won't get to kind of go all the way till the last day with you and go through the year. For those of you that have me for the year, we start in September and we go to Christmas and spring break, and it's kind of a ritual. This is my 20th year of teaching, and it's sort of a pattern and a feeling that you can count on. And then we all feel like, we get to June and we feel like we kind of went through this thing together. And I'll miss that sense of closure and completeness. And I just miss all of you. I'll miss being able to just get up and walk across the room and look at what you're working on and give you feedback. And I think the hardest part for this for me so far is to explain or try to put these things together and then really not be able to get in there and check in with you or look at your work and offer, brainstorm and sit down and be stupid with you and have fun. And that is a big part of who I am is being able to be social and try to, be helpful and entertaining and so to, lose that in the way that I at least know it best is going to be a challenge for me. And I'm sure you all are facing your own challenges. Some of you are probably, like glad we don't have to go back. And some of you are probably disappointed. And then there's, different classes, and seniors are probably trying to figure out, what that means in terms of, no prom or whatever, the graduation and walking across the stage with your friends, whether that'll happen or. So there's a lot of stuff, a lot of feelings, and all of them are okay. And I've got my own that have to do with how long I've done this, and excuse me, my allergies are lighting up a little bit. A lot of wind and dust blowing around. I was working a little bit out in the yard today, and so anyways, so I'll miss you. And I wish we could have been able to, just do this thing normal. But part of me is kind of excited about, being forced to really challenge myself in some sort of new way and hope that I can, rise to the challenge of being helpful and giving you some interesting, cool things to do. And so I'm going to work real hard at that. And I can promise you that I'll put some energy into trying to capture you here at my little spot and do cool art things with you. You really only have, I've gotten a few emails and those comments have started coming in. If you have not, let's say today was your first day that you've looked at this and you have not done any assignments and you just want to get started, then the only required thing right now is to get that. I put a question in the stream of each of the Google Classrooms. I believe I posted it yesterday. Go answer that question. You can do it just by posting a comment right in the class. If you're uncomfortable sharing your comments with everybody, then email them to me, and then at least I'll know who's following me. I'm averaging about 7 or 8 people in a class, and that's a long shot from the number of folks that I'd like to be in touch with. That's your only deadline. Your only due date is to try to get that in by Friday. Thursday, I guess, is the big mass deadline. Go in there or email me. The comments are the easiest, but the email is totally fine if you don't, feel comfortable sharing publicly. I'm totally fine with that. I'm going to rethink things a little bit because I think at some point there'll be a discussion about like what is a credit for this class. Right now, they've told us, as probably many of you know, that the these 3 weeks when we were originally supposed to come back, that none of those grades could count for you. And there's a lot of rumors flying around about now, hey, all the grades are going to count. And none of that matters to me. Like, it really doesn't. What's going to end up mattering is at some point they will ask me or you or the community or the state will figure out how they're going to quantify what this semester means. Like, is there and that may come down to some sort of benchmark, or that you did some learning, that was driven towards a curriculum, or that you met your standards, or whatever it is. In my art class, I'm going to really slow things down, or I'm going to really clarify things. I'm going to be very careful and very deliberate about how I lay this out, so that if there are those requirements, and that I got to say that, you in particular passed or didn't pass the class, that I've made sure that I made it clear and easy to do and follow, so you don't have to worry about that. I can't imagine anybody out there that has to stress at all about how this is going to work, other than the fact that if you purposefully neglect it and, don't engage it in any way, it might be harder for people to figure that out. But people are going through all kinds of problems, people out of work, people with connection problems, people who are sick, people that have relatives that they're worried about. And this thing's going to be all right. I'm encouraging you to get with me, because I'm looking for a community of people. I'm trying to make sure that I'm connecting to as many of you as I can in a way that's, worthwhile and positive. So I'm going to do my part to earn my wage. And I don't mean that in a money sort of way. I mean it more like I feel committed to having this space, this Google Classroom, this experience that you started with me, go somewhere and be worth doing. And so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start, and I'm just going to go step by step on that found art 3-dimensional sculpture, that figurative sculpture. And I'm going to try to be super careful about explaining it and what we're trying to get out of it. And everything in the class from this point forward is going to go through the artistic process. The basic framework we're going to look at things as idea, materials, and then methods. So I've got a point to go from now. And I would love for all of you to do both of those assignments that I put in there. The non-dominant hands, a 30-minute exercise. If you went and looked at those, there's a bunch of really cool ones in there. I'd love to have yours and some comments in there. The self-portrait that we started in the Everything in Art 2 classes. I know a few people are going to pick up on that and do some really cool stuff. So I really encourage you, if you have the time and you're looking for something to do those and turn them in. And I would love to see them, but they're not going to be required. The first required assignment, let's call it worth 1 point, since we have no idea what points and grades or anything else is. But in my mind, the first thing that I'm really serious about having you do is to make sure that everybody sends me a comment in that stream or emails me and lets me know that you're able to get on here, or ask some questions if you're confused. So by Friday, I'll go adjust I guess I could make a formal assignment out of that, and maybe that would be the easiest. But I think it's just easier to do it in the comments for now. But let's just assume that's the first thing I need, is to know that you're here. Okay. And then after that, I'm going to actually do some pre-work and pre-filming. And, I've just purposefully slowed things down today a little bit in order to try to think and not rush forward and then have to change again when the new set of information comes out. I miss being in that room with you. I miss being able to joke and laugh and see all of your youthful creativity in life. And so that's going to be my adjustment. And so my coping skill for dealing with that is going to be to try to come at you with some entertainment and with hopefully some energy and some ideas and give you something to do. And I'm going to be as clear and as careful as I can to make sure that I got everybody in the boat, and that there's room for, your voice, and to try to, stay connected in the best way that I know how. And right now that's by hiding in the garage while the rest of my family watches TV. Anyways, it's going to be all right. I look forward to the challenge. I hope you all are in an okay spot. And it's a funny world right now. I'm kind of glad the Zoom thing went, although it may be back. But, it's a funny format that I was having a hard time figuring out what to do. I'm going to stick with this YouTube thing and then a written document. So sort of verbal information and then physical information. And the written stuff, I hope, is going to be clearer and stronger. And we're going to approach one project at a time, because I found myself overwhelmed trying to create multiple things for you. Be safe. I hope there's a bunch of joy out there. I hope somehow you're finding some things that you didn't think of. It's a good opportunity to reinvent yourself, to be real thoughtful about your actions. And I'm trying as hard as I can to be as nice as I can, because everybody's on the edge, and I have some success with that. Y'all have a great night, and stay with me with that comment thing, if you would. That's the one thing that's really important, is for me to know that you're all there, no matter how short or descriptive it is. So please take care of that. And then enjoy some sunshine. I just walked in from outside. The moon's almost full. There's going to be beautiful nights and beautiful days. And so, get out in your yard or walk around a little, and I will catch up with you soon. And I will go to work at trying to get a real sense of clarity into this thing. Only thing you have to do, one thing you have to do, comment to let me know that you're listening. And then I'll get a real clear sense of that next project. Y'all have a great night or great day tomorrow. I doubt I'll post tomorrow because I want to go to work starting to build an assignment that I can go step by step with. Thank you. Bye.